What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Common question I always get is, Connor, what do you think about this earnings report? What do you think about Apple's earnings? What do you think about Snapchat's earnings? Should I buy before the earnings report? And really, I always say the same thing. It's not a wise idea to take a trade trying to bet on an earnings report being positive or negative to make a win. It's always best just to watch the earnings report and either trade it after hours while the movement's going on, or wait till the following day when the market opens and then trade it the following day. So again, I never really recommend trying to take a trade prior to the earnings. And so in this video, I'm going to show you guys two trades that I made after hours today on Snapchat's earnings. And I'm going to show you one way that you might be able to predict the movement that's probably going to happen. So first things first, I'll show you the trades. Here we are. That should be good. All right. So traded a total of 700 shares here on Snapchat, netting a profit of $324. So a good way to finish the day, top things off. All right, so first trade I made, it wasn't actually 300 shares. I was buying shares by 100 each time. So I took three trades essentially, buying 100 shares, buying 100 shares, buying 100 shares to eventually get up to a total position of 300. So as you can see, Snapchat ends up kind of tanking after hours on the initial report, the movement, and I sized in 300 shares with an average price of $12.37. And then we get this monster squeeze candle right back up. And I pretty much, I wouldn't say I caught the top. I mean, I caught a decent move. So my average ended up being, what did I say, 12.37. So we are right here. Let me get these tools. Boom, boom. So the average was right here, 12.37. So the red dotted line here was my average. And I ended up selling here. Okay. So obviously it would have been nice to catch the top of the candle, but didn't happen. So I ended up sizing in 300 shares, and as this candle spiked back up, I closed out that position of those 300 shares at $13.05. So from $12.37 to $13.05, about a 40-cent move or something. Or no, excuse me, it's about a 70-cent move. All right. And then I ended up shorting Snapchat up here on the top. So I ended up shorting a total of 400 shares. I started short 200 at 14, and then I added 200 more shares at 14.03 and covered up those 400 shares on this big candle down at 13.71. Those were the two trades that netted 324. All right. So I'll walk you through the second trade. So why did I short this move on the second trade? Well, we had this monster move down, big bounce right back up, pretty much right into the resistance. That's a good risk to reward to short that. All right, so that's a pretty straightforward trade. We have this monster move down, big squeeze all the way back up, straight into the VWAP and into resistance. Short trade, cover up on the first big move down, okay? Now, the first trade here is a little bit more technical, okay? Even though my average was 12.37, all right, it wasn't even close to the low here, and that was because I was sizing in slowly. I'd buy 100 shares, buy another 100, and I was going to keep adding until we got the spike, but by the time we spiked, I only had 300 shares as a position. And if you've ever traded some of these reports, you know that things move really, really, really fast, so it can be challenging to obviously pick the bottom and get in perfect and get out perfect because during these reports, it just moves so quick. But how is it that I decided to really start getting shares down here in this low point, right? Well, a tip for you guys would be this. What I'm going to pull over is the option chain, okay? This is the options chain for Snapchat. So a problem that a lot of people have is always guessing what is a stock going to do on their earnings report? How much is it going to move? Is it going to move $5 a share? Is it going to move $10 a share? So a good way to get an idea as far as how much a stock is most likely going to move on the earnings report is to go to the options market just before close, okay? And so these numbers might be a little bit off because we're doing this in obviously after hours and the market's already closed, but by taking a look at the options chain on the soonest expiration and take a look at the calls, at the money, and the puts right here. Okay? This is the cost, right? It would cost you to purchase this, it's priced at $1.37. To purchase this one, it's priced at 62 cents, 64 cents. Okay, so pretty much a way to understand how much a stock is going to move after hours when they report their earnings is to take a look at the options market. You go to the options chain, look at the option chain that expires the soonest expiration date that expires, and you add up the price of the at-the-money call and the at-the-money put. Okay, so if we were to add up $1.37 and 80 cents, you can already get the idea. It's going to come out to about $2.20, $2.30 or something. Okay, so that's basically saying that there's going to be an implied move, or the options market is implying that there's going to be about a $2, maybe a $2.30, $2.50 move on Snapchat when it reports its earnings. Now, if we go back and we look at Snapchat from when it closed, okay, so we closed here at about 14. So right here it's $14 per share. And then if you go straight down, it goes all the way from 14 down to 11.89. Okay, so from 14 to 12, that's obviously a $2 move. From 14 to 11.89, that's a little bit more than a $2 move, about $2.10, $2.11 if you want to be exact. If you were to measure from this top point all the way down, you're going to get closer to like $2.60. And remember what we said in the options chain. What was the implied move? Let me pull it back up. $1.37 plus 80 cents. You're looking at $2.20, $2.30 is the implied move that Snapchat was most likely going to make. And you can see we had about a move of $2.50, $2.40, $2.20. So as Snapchat is coming down, 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 I'm looking and going, okay, well, we got down to about $12.40. Right, we moved from $14.40 to $12.40. That's about a $2 move. That's what the options market was implying. So I'm going to start buying some shares, anticipating that the options market is correct, and we should expect about a $2.20, $2 maybe 40-cent move down. And if that's the implied move, that could very well be the bottom of that move, in which we can now expect that we might get a reversal back up. Now, do we know that the reversal is going to go up this much, all the way up here? No, we don't. But what we do know is that the implied move to the downside already happened. So for Snapchat to move, much further down, there would have to be something very, very, very unforeseen in the earnings report that no analyst or no options market could have expected. So if there is no unforeseen thing in the report and everything goes as planned, then the implied move should be about $2.30, $2.20. And with that being said, down here at about $12.40 to $11.90, the implied move has happened. So that's why I started purchasing shares down here in this low point, anticipating that the $2 and something 20-cent implied move happened, and now we should be looking to go back to the upside. So that is kind of my go-to strategy and tip for you guys if you guys want to get involved with trying to trade some of these reports. I don't recommend doing it unless you've been trading for at least some time, because, again, these reports can create massive volatility and things can move extremely fast. So if you haven't been trading for a while and you're not as experienced, it can probably be quite a challenging thing to do. And just because you've seen this video regarding the options chain and implied move doesn't mean you go and try and do it the next time you see an earnings report. Take this video, learn from it, and next time you see a stock that's about to report earnings, you should take a look at the option chain. and try and see if the implied move is working or is correct or accurate the next time you follow a report. And then from there, you can try to build a strategy around that. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you learned something new, and feel free to check us out in our private room. You can take a look at the description below. All the links are provided to our website, and you can join us and trade live with us every single morning, Monday through Friday. Everybody, take care, have a good day, and I'll see you on the next video.